Orlando. Good for at least an hour's worth of time opposite Temwa. Chawinga, Dabinia leads the way in mid. Morgan steps out at center back. Boutel returns for her 19th start of the year. Mateer into midfield. It's for the inimitable Lori Lindsay. Meanwhile, matchup in the top four. This will have major implications for home field, potentially for the Shield. Jonah Heraldez put it simply, some coaches make a mistake and think it'll work again like it did a month ago. He's not going to fall for that bait. As Kouassi runs forward, step through, Kouassi short arms it to Schultz.
One side for the Kansas City Current this time is Kouassi trying to get involved, going 1v1. But the biggest difference, Mike, with both of these teams, the most change, sitting back at times or most of the game against Orlando last week. They're going to pick and choose their times tonight, when they're going to squeeze the game, get forward, press, and then sit back, limit the space.
Cooper getting in line, cuts it across, and touchdown! Nichelle Prince! An Achilles tear last year. Nichelle Prince, first goal in KC colors, the Current lead.
But we knew coming into this game, it was all about who was going to take their opportunities, because fine margins in this league, especially against these two teams, not a ton. But look at the positioning of Nichelle Cooper. She just keeps herself wide and allows her to get some momentum, faced up 1v1, and then twists and turns. Does that touch right there against the front foot of Casey Kruger that allows that space to open up?
Santos, Schultz had to dive over, steer it aside. 20 minutes gone, corner for the Spirit.
Signs up, trying to bend it around the wall. Does look like it's always going a bit wide, but Schultz needs to make sure it's not going to sneak into that near post.
Point about all the changes that Washington institutes. As this, a heavy pass picked off by Prince. Prince has some support, tried to push it through. LaBonta behind, authors a ball inside the 18.
Great work from Mandy Sullivan. Did look like maybe Dabinia was going to be offside, and that ball made its way through to her. But this is exactly what this Kansas City team's going to be looking for. Just sitting back, condensing space.
LaBonta on the attack. LaBonta! Cue the Sully, what a goal! And KC's back!
Well, when somebody has time and space right in the middle of the field, it's so difficult to defend. No one takes the initiative to step up. LaBonta just the angle once again in between the lines. Picks it up, no one steps. Trini Rodman coming back, then Casey Kruger. And what a finish this is. Uses the screen of the defenders, sees the space right here.
Released an anonymous survey of NWSL GMs a couple weeks ago. And Tabitha was jointly ranked the player who isn't in NWSL the GMs would most like to see in the league. Here's Rodman. Rodman went for goal. Mace tried to cover all that ground, and Rodman pulled the trigger. That will go up above Schultz.
And with open space right here at the bottom of your screen. Won well, and then really wonderful vision, understanding from Hatch to know where Trinity Rodman is. Almost felt like she could continue to go in line and just cut that ball back, top of the 6 yard. You got she's going foot for foot. It's always going to be won by Chawinga. His body's up, denies the momentum for Chawinga.
Santos up for Rodman! Schultz just able to prod that outside the woodwork. Matthew Thompson thought about letting that play out. Sees Mateer had it covered. Halftime here in KC. Have shades of that 2022 comeback in them. It's the only time the Current have ever scored 2 goals in the first half at home and lost the game. It was against the Spirit. On to the second half we go. KC ahead, 2 goals.
The ball back to LaBonta. Doesn't miss by much in that top corner.
Swept up to Chawinga. And scored in 8 games running until KC shut out Orlando, and Orlando conversely shut out KC. Ball angled across, Chawinga the target. LaBonta, there's a little push there from Rodman. Apparently oversold by LaBonta. VAR can go back and look at that if they choose. Instead, it's lobbed over the top. Good initial touch. Rodman! Schultz not caught off her line.
Well, Kansas City does want to try to pinch and press this Washington team in. They do well to break it. Don't get the foul on LaBonta. And force Trinity Rodman to have to.
Chawinga, good turn. Bia unloads!
For players for the Spirit to get back. You play Mace, then you have the options in the box.
Rodman working off the right side now. Rodman, cutback ball back to the spot. Santos, ball chipped away at the last moment. LaBonta playing ahead. Chawinga in transition. Bia joins. Sullivan rides. Bia through. Dabinia! Across, Chawinga scores! What a birthday gift for Chawinga! An NWSL record 12th home goal this year!
Rounds her defender, plays it back into the path of Chawinga, and then just makes no mistake about it. Third goal of the night for the Kansas City Current, first for Chawinga. And what a game this is in front of their home fans.
Yet at its best, this Kansas City team is captivating as any we've ever seen. Through ball for Chawinga never arrived. Solano goes sliding into Schultz. There's the whistle. It won't count. And we're going to be here a while. Straight red card. Solano sent off. Men in this game, but also missing Solano next week against Angel City.
Yeah, and really just from bad to worse for the Washington Spirit. But this is why they brought in Schultz, because of her proactiveness off her line, reads the play, knows she has to make the decision, does it well, and then Solano leading with her legs. You see right there, leading with her cleats. Red card all day long.